but they also they brewed their own beer. But it was named after him. It started in Boston.
Where? Where did you work for?
In Pennsylvania.
Oh, really? Where in Pennsylvania?
It's a town called Springfield, Pennsylvania. But they, I think the restaurant shut down because it wasn't doing well.
Oh. Now you're looking for a sign. It's very woodsy, and it says to Route 7,
Okay.
and you're making a left. First, you're going to pass the Berkshire School, which I'm sure you've heard of.
Oh, I have.
That's the school for troubled boys.
I have heard.
You'll pass that on your right, and very soon after that on your left will be the cutoff to Route 7. Well, John Harvard Restaurant, you know, Maury's is the table that's associated with Yale. To the tables down at Maury's, to the place where Louis dwells. Ba, ba, ba. There's the Berkshire School.
Wow, that looks like a nice school.
And
Is it a boarding school that the parents pay for the boys to go?
Oh, no.
Or is it a...
No. It's a government funded, I would assume. Government funded.
Okay, it's Route 7 next left.
It's a left.
Next left is this.
Yes. This is going to come to a sweet triangle in which where the intersection of this little road, it's called Berkshire Road, and Route 7 meet. And notice that they planted 2 huge pine trees in that little plot of ground. Don't you love this route, Victoria?
Yeah, thank you so much for taking me on it. It's so much better than the highway.
Well, I'm so happy that we are soulmates on that.
Yeah.
How do you like my directions?
They're perfect. And you've memorized these directions from driving them before?
No, from making many mistakes. Getting on wrong roads.
Right. happy mistakes.
How's your stomach, honey? All right?
Yeah.
You need anything back here?
I think I'm okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, if it's going to be so hard to find a day, then I'd like to have you find a day for Brenda, yourself, and myself to go to Connecticut. All day.
I'll check in with her about that. I think things are tough with Masha.
Yes.
But maybe there's a day where somebody else could take her after school.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she could probably go to the sanctuary, couldn't she?
With Steve, probably. Steve is teaching 2 classes at RPI, and Branda's teaching 2 or 3 classes. So.
Oh, really? What classes is he teaching?
He teaches ethics for engineers.
Ethics for engineers?
Yeah. And this semester is a new class, leadership. It's a leadership class.
Leadership for engineers?
I think just leadership. I'm assuming engineers will take the class, but also some other students.
Oh, and what is Brenda teaching?
Teaching some video classes, and I'm not sure what else.
Well, I want him to go. please, all day together?
Can try. Unfortunately, they're busier than Andrew and myself are.
Oh,
But
no, you were
maybe there's a day.
You were yeah, but they need a day of rest and change.
That's true.
Now, don't count out the weekends. The weekdays would be better, but the weekends, they need a rest. Think how it would rejuvenate them to go over these beautiful roads.
Yeah, it would.
Has Sean gone back to Brown?
Chris?
Yes,
he just went back yesterday.
Here's the 2 trees, sweetie, I was telling you about in the little triangle.
Left?
Isn't that quaint?
Like a left or right?
No, right. It would be nice to get acquainted in a quaint little town, right?
Yep.
The next town is this Canaan, Connecticut. Say again?
There's a lot of antique stores out here.
Oh, yeah.
My sister would love it. She loves antiques.
Yes, she would love it. Charles Clampett, have you ever heard me mention him?
I think so.
He lives way out in Blue Point, Suffolk County, Long Island.
Yeah.
Way out, near Port Jefferson. And Port Jefferson is where the ferry goes to Bridgeport, Connecticut, across Long Island Sound.
Okay.
For which they charge $45.
Oh my God.
Well, anyway, Charles Clampett came up on Sunday, August the 15th, with his little daughter Alexa, who is 12 years old, Victoria, and going into 7th grade. Does that bring memories back to you?
Yeah. That's great.
And so we went to the church picnic, and it was Jesus Rock.
Oh, cool.
And I videotaped the whole thing. It's one of the best shows we have, Victoria.
Great.
We, including you and myself.
Wonderful.
And they played games afterwards. Bocce and basketball and bingo.
That's fun.
And some people went dipping in the pond.
Oh.
And the next day they came back again. And you know, this is at least 250 miles one way. And we went to the Martin Van Buren Museum, his house, his homestead, which is, as the crow fly, it's only 4 farms from my house.
That's right.
Straight across the Kinderhook Creek. And when he was President of the United States. And then we went to our museum.
Oh, cool.
And I asked Alexa, 12 years old, to pick a column. And we would go through that column. And we did.
Oh, good.
And I made her a trustee.
Oh my goodness.
Now we have a 12-year-old trustee, which is just what we need for the next generation.
Wow, how perfect.
Yep, and her father is a trustee.
Oh, that's great.
And I also made Devin a trustee.
Oh, good.
And he's 17 years old, and that's the next generation.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you have them all. That's terrific. It's always growing.
Yes. Now, Victoria, did I tell you over the phone before you lost your phone that Devin and I celebrated our first year together
Oh, no, I don't think you told me that.
on August 17th?
Wow, cool.
And he took me. I asked him if he would take me to the roads all along northern Columbia County, all the back roads, which many of them are dirt roads, because I wanted to be familiar with them. And we did that, and we had a good time.
Oh, good.
And then I took him down to Hudson to Bob's for dinner. And that's how we celebrated our first anniversary.
Oh, that's wonderful. It's great to have him.
Well, I'll
He's
say.
very knowledgeable.
Victoria, Devin put in I'm on my way to getting Skype. Do you have a camcorder in your computer?
I do not. My computer's too old.
Does the sanctuary have a camcorder?
In their computer, I don't think they have them in their computers yet. I'm not sure.
Where are you going, sweetie?
Don't I follow 7?
Yes, until you come. Yes.
Yeah, I was just following 7.
I beg your pardon.
I just put on my turn signal. So
I'm backseat driving.
That's okay.
Well, anyway, Andrew has, and he wants to set it up with me because my new computer has a camcorder.
That's great.
Has a webcam, I should say.
Cool.
As I told you, this is a big railroad center. There's quite a few railroads, and they're active.
Nice.
This is Canaan, Connecticut. And so Devin has set up the software and got as far as he could. He has to speak to Andrew as to getting Andrew's information into it.
Oh, okay.
Do you think you would be able, if we could get a hold of Andrew tonight, do you think you would be able to set it up so we could have the camcorder going, the webcam going?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
You can contact me by Skype, but you won't be able to see me. You'll just be able to hear me. Because I have Skype on my computer, but for me, it's audio only.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah. So
Particularly,
I can give you,
particularly if you don't have a cell phone.
yeah. So as long as my computer is on, you can call me. So I'll try to figure out, I forget what information you need to set, like, I don't know if you need my password or maybe just my username or something. I forget. So I'll figure that out.
I would
We
think
can call
all you need is a
Andrew later.
webcam name, a new name.
Yeah.
You're on 44 now, Vic. This is Route 44. Vic, can you see the caboose? See the caboose, honey?
this is
See
great.
another caboose over here, honey?
Yeah.
You
How
can't.
cool.
You can't probably see that.
I saw the one. There's another one.
There, that's it.
This is cool.
When we come back this way, if it's a reasonable hour, I'd like to stop in that diner with the caboose.
Okay. I like that idea. Okay, so So should I follow 7 South or stay on 44 East?
No, 44 is the rest of the way, honey.
Okay.
We won't get, unless we go to New Haven, we won't go on anything but 44. Would you keep your eye open for a place where, and if we have the right time, where we could buy a Connecticut map? I like a map such as you had, where you have all those pages, you turn all those pages, you know,
Yeah.
of Connecticut. And I would like to buy an SD card.
Okay. I'll keep my eye open for some.
I should think in Winsted we could do that. Now we're not very far from Winsted, our first stop.
Okay.
And you love New Hartford. That's another charming town. Victoria, did you receive a phone report from me that Devin and I went through every column in the museum?
I don't know, maybe I haven't. Did you leave me a message? You probably.
I can't.
left
You're
me one?
not since you've been away. Not since you lost your cell phone.
Oh, okay.
You know what your cell phone says to people?
The messages are full.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to take care of that.
And I've been so commiserate for you that you're. Here's a cop. Oh boy, I love to videotape cops.
Uh-oh.
Now, this is an overwide load. That's why they have cops.
Oh, I see.
Well, say we go to the first column, and there's 6 drawers in each column.
Mm-hmm.
So you take down the first one, put it on the floor, and then the second one, and the third, and the fourth, and the fifth. And the 6th one you open up. And that will usually be very heavy. And you take out a file, and you look at it, and we get a feeling as to what is in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we print the contents on a label outside.
You did tell me. You showed me that last time.
Oh, goody.
When Andrew and I went and Andrew did a
Andrew did one, that's right.
Yeah, that's a very good idea.
And then you put in a color circle to tell you whether it was videotapes or a file or objects or a lawsuit.
Yeah, color coding is very smart.
Oh, good, then you know about that. And you know how we have steps to the museum
Yeah.
and a doorknob instead of lifting that heavy door.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And
Really
you know how we painted it, right?
The outside is painted
Yeah,
white.
painted the outside.
Yeah.
Oh, and you did know that Deb and I painted the inside, the boxes,
Yeah.
red, white, and blue. There's just one thing, if Mr. Cohen would please take away his garbage.
Oh, from the fire?
No,
Or just in
that has
general?
always surrounded it,
Yes.
even before the fire. Now, Mr. Cohen has started a new building. He's building other than the little tiny makeshift showroom that he's building to keep himself in business, he has started a great big warehouse.
Oh, that's right.
The fire is still the same.
It's very sad.
The fire is still the same. God, when is cruelty to animals going to stop? When are they going to stop auctioning those poor, innocent, sweet, darling, harmless, lovable cows? When are they going to stop that? Please, God, soon. I know you're working on it. I'm pretty sure that was an auction barn that we passed, and I'm pretty sure we saw another one back there in Egremont. Please stop it, God. The horror they go through and the lives that they have murdered. Stop worrying about it, Glendora. Just make sure you don't do any of it. That's all you can be responsible for. Amen. Well, now, you know, at one time we could look forward to having electricity in the museum because they said that we could put the extension over in their building. But now there's no more building. It burned down.
And the new warehouse is being built far away from the museum?
No, it's right across. Do you know as you enter our part of that property, you pass BAC, right?
Mm-hmm.
That building. And then you enter what was Amanda's, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you go straight ahead, before you make the turn to the museum, that's where it is, honey. It's in the corner.
Okay.
In the corner of the road that has all the potholes and 9H. It's in that corner.
I think I may have seen the beginning stages of it.
No.
But there was some building that they started when Andrew and I were there.
Oh, and I said the ground was all scraped?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that must have been it.
Oh boy, you've seen everything now.
Yeah. Well, I guess there were no walls or anything up yet.
No. They just scraped the ground. Now they're starting it. That's when he thought that was going to start in November of 2009. And that's when he said he would straighten up the museum. But I got it done before then.
Mm-hmm.
I got it done in the summer of 2010 because the building never happened in 2009.
Right.
I saw him and I said, Bob, you don't stop long enough for me to commiserate with you and you and your family. Did I tell you this?
No.
And he says, no, we're doing all right. And I said, you didn't stop long enough for me to offer to help you. He said, no, we're doing all right. And I said, you didn't stop long enough for me to take you out to lunch.
Aw.
And he says, I just wish that insurance company would send me that check.
Oh, wow.
And I heard him saying to somebody over the cell phone that the check would be, that it was insured for $5 million.
Whoa. So then they get a check for $5 million? That's how that works?
Well, that's what the pieces said.
Yeah. I wonder if that's enough to cover their losses.
Usually with insurance companies it is.
Yeah.
But it's a legitimate thing to wonder.
Yeah. So I wonder how much business they lost, or if they lost any merchandise or anything.
Yes, they did. He had quite an inventory of older stoves.
Yeah.
And that would be to his advantage because they wouldn't be selling as good well as the new ones.
Right. That's true.
And I also found out that 2 people were fired that day, the day of the fire.
Uh-oh.
So we had 2 firings.
Yeah.
A fire and 2 fired. We're Route 44 the rest of the way, Vicki.
Right.
I think that was a considerable shortcut we took.
Yeah, it feels very fast.
Oh yes, we're, by the way, over halfway.
Great.
And what time is it?
10.
10 o'clock.
5.
Uh-huh. And what is your mileage?
46.
Well, that's wonderful. Because the other way, it was 50 miles to Canaan.
Oh.
And we've saved about 10 miles.
Yeah.
I'll try to do the first interview. It's all the 1940 keepsakes. And I'll do it with a handheld camera because it's a tiny place, and we'll just walk.
Okay.
His name is David. We have to keep it from being commercial, or they won't let it. They won't play it.
Right.
Probably a nursing home.
So we're in Norfolk.
This is Route 44, huh?
Yeah, that's what it said.
Do you know what that other route was that went straight?
I do not.
And then, Vicki, maybe you can figure out the cell phone.
Okay.
And henceforth, you can do the videotaping.
Okay. How are the Dixons and the Slaters doing?
Repeat.
How are the Dixons and Slaters doing?
Oh, the Dixons had a most beautiful wedding,
Oh, that's right.
and they're broke.
Uh-oh.
Absolutely broke.
From the wedding.
Oh yes, Victoria. You know, what do you think that cost? It was catered. They had a dance floor. They had a DJ.
A lot of money. Maybe 10,000.
You think so, Victoria?
Sometimes people spend like 20. How many people were there?
50.
Oh,
Oh, excuse me, 100.
100. Yeah, I think they could easily have spent 10,000. Did they have a photographer, professional photographer and all that?
Yes, and she's a student at a college in Boston.
Oh, so maybe it wasn't as expensive as they usually are, a couple of $1,000.
And there are 5 or 6 video cameras,
Oh, really?
including mine. And favors and
Wow.
and tents.
Oh, yeah, those are expensive too.
And George and Linda did very well. And Barbara was a maid of honor, you know, like.
Oh,
What do you
yeah.
call them? Not maid. What do you call them?
Bridesmaid?
Yeah. The sister, the younger sister who had the baby, was the bridesmaid, I believe.
Oh, that's nice. Where was the wedding? At St. Luke's?
No, right at their home.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot. George was talking about that.
Yeah, I'd like to have you go over there someday and see it. It's a
Yeah.
very sophisticated log cabin.
Wow.
And then Barbara and Walter have not been home hardly a day all summer.
Really?
They went to Pennsylvania, to Gettysburg, and they went to Mount Vernon, and they went to Alaska.
Whoa.
You know, they're commuters.
Yeah.
And then they babysat in Long Island for 2 weeks.
My goodness.
And they don't have any money either. And I went,
See why?
and Hattie has moved away from us.
Oh, no.
Yes, she said she'd never spend another winter in that house, that 3-bedroom house.
Oh, yeah, it's too expensive and big.
So she went into some kind of community living. It's not exactly assisted living, although they do give breakfast and supper.
Oh.
And Pastor Slater is on the board there.
Oh, so it's a trustworthy place.
And she's gone. She's rented the apartment. She's gone.
Wow. Did she sell her house?
No,
Is she renting her house?
she would if she could find anybody.
Right.
She's going to have an auction.
There's going to be an auction on the house?
Not on the house, on the contents.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Victoria, do you think that dashboard is flat enough to hold this camera?
Sure.
And if you do go around the corner, please catch it.
Okay.
Here you are, honey.
Here we go.
Success?
Yep. It's good.
And so, she's ensconced there, and I don't see Hattie anymore, and she doesn't cash my checks anymore.
Uh-oh. How are you gonna
Good question.
do all of
I
your
left
stuff?
on St. Louis 2 Sundays ago. I said to Linda, can you cash my check? No!
Oh, really?
Horrified.
Why not?
Well, the money in the wedding. The money in the wedding. She didn't have 1,500.
Oh, meaning to give you 1,500 and then your money would go into her account.
Yeah.
Oh, that kind of cash.
Yeah, that's the way Hattie did it.
Oh, okay.
Well, so I asked her sister Barbara, who's been to Alaska and everywhere else, can you cash? No.
They don't have any money either.
No. I went up to Pastor Slater and I said, can you cash it? No. So I'm surrounded by
Oh,
impoverished people. I don't have any rich friends.
Right, to find some.
So that forced me to open an account.
Oh.
And I opened one in that little kindergarten bank.
Oh, that's good. It's a local bank then.
Yeah. So I gave him $1,500. So that's where it is.
And they're not going to charge you any fees or anything?
So Friday then.
That's good.
They gave me some coffee.
Oh,
They were nice.
that's good.
So that's it. Those come in now. I absolutely refuse to Red Cross anymore. Absolutely. But Chase Bank, they took that $1,500 Chase Bank.
They did.
They locked it in